girls, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rolly, we've been working overtime. The witness, the police.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. They find some open field here. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. As the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Room here to run. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get advantage that way.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On first down, Douglas. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Douglas. Wide open receiver, complete. He'll get it inside the 20 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Douglas. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
On 3rd down, Nielsen. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throwing on 1st down, Douglas. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. to throw again. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From way up at the 23. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here's 2nd and 9, just 1 yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Nielsen. And the Raiders have got him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he is going to pick up a Patriots first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense. Coming up that big completion to prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
Let's go now.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And down to the 36-yard line here. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Operating from the gun, Nielsen. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. On 1st and 10, Douglas. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
And it'll be intercepted. And the Pats are going to have it here just past the 25. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Nielsen finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Nielsen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Douglas. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Chigakakwo, as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken from about the 12. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. He's going to let this one go deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered. How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
To throw on third down, Nielsen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And my goodness, another interception. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. And, Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now here's a carry heading left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going to play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. They'll try and run for it, and he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Raiders hang tough down near the goal line.
Here we go, here we go. Shot, 17.
On 1st down, Douglas. Out of his hands quickly to CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Off play action. Douglas. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play.
Ready up.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate, as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in, and they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake, Douglas. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Vegas. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess?
Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already.
Ready, break.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Off play action. Douglas. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Point after here coming up. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
And the slot man goes in motion left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That is caught by Lamb.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. That one looks like he'll throw here. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Douglas. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Douglas, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now here is another interception. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Las Vegas, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for New England, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time.
Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name.